It's Movie Lover 120 here, and I am here with an angry movie review for easily the worst horror movie of 2005. I don't really count Alone in the Dark because Alone in the Dark is more of an action thriller movie, but that still sucks too. So, this movie to me is still the worst horror movie 2005. And it's for 2005's Boogeyman. Yeah, since the title of the movie is Boogeyman, our cover's a frickin' hand on a door. Wow, how scary that looks. That hand literally looks like a glove. And look at this quote. This is the scariest movie ever. I'm sorry. That's just too funny to read. This is the scariest movie ever from Phil Boatwright of The Movie Reporter. More like the worst. Yeah, clearly this critic hasn't seen any good horror movies if he thinks this is the scariest movie ever. And look what it also says at the top. From the producers of The Grudge. Yeah, like that makes the movie any better. That already seems like a movie worth hyping up if it's from the producers of The Grudge. The Grudge sucks. It's overhyped. I don't see why people find it scary so much. For me, The Grudge was just a lazy attempt to cash in on the success of The Ring. Basically, this is from a company called Ghost House Pictures. And they're better than Bumhouse or After Dark. They sometimes are known to still suck at making horror films. And you want to know what's sad? This company is literally owned by Sam Raimi, director of the Evil Dead trilogy, the Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films. That guy. He produced films like these? Well, the company still has some good movies like 30 Days of Night, Drag Me to Hell, the Evil Dead 2013 remake, and Don't Breathe, but that's kind of about it. They kind of only have 4 good movies. This is also, this is going to be a spoiler review describing the whole movie, so if you haven't seen the movie, don't watch the video, but honestly, I really don't think you'll even care because this might actually save you from having to waste time with this film. So, movie begins in a childhood bedroom of a guy named Timmy. Here, Tim witnesses his father being brutally, what? Killed? Abducted? Sucked into another dimension? Well, maybe it's just killed, but killed by some random thing in his closet or just thrown around the floor. And we don't even see what the thing is. Because of the stunning plot twist there that reveals the horrifying truth as the identity of the true killer, well, no. We go to 15 years later, and we have apparently seen some mentally unstable Timmy living a door-free lifestyle in the city, sleeping on the floor, having no cupboards, in his own house. Well then where do you keep all your... I forget where he keeps his clothes, but how are you supposed to keep your clothes clean? And what's next? No washer, no dryer? Uh-oh, the Boogeyman lives in appliances! Or how about no dishwasher? Where do you keep all your forks? If you got no cupboards. Or knives. Or plates. Or glasses. So you basically live like a hobo? Staying with his girlfriend's parents, he visited by his mother in a vision, yelling at him to look at her. What? Why? Huh? Will this reason be revealed? Does this get revealed? Why this vision of his now rotting corpse mother yelling at him be revealed? Nope, it doesn't. His mother, and now it turns out his mother has died, and Timmy decides to go back to his childhood home, the one with the killer closet, to settle family affairs. Here's where stuff gets weird. At the house, he is visited by this young girl with a basic understanding of what is going on. She is found with a backpack full of missing children posters which Timmy opens and rifles through. These missing children suddenly appear around our hero clamoring for help. Huh? That's apparently scary to the writers. How is that even scary? Apparently children are somehow scary in most movies nowadays. It's later suggested these are all the children that were abducted by the Boogeyman. Why these children are... If that's true, then how are they able to visit Timmy, explain what's going on, yet his father cannot even come through? So does that get revealed in the movie? Nope, never does. Later, Timmy leaves the house and stays at a motel where his girlfriend's abducted, not killed. It's confusing. This scene goes all over the place. Faced by the Boogeyman. Here's where Tim finds a portal in the closet at the motel that leads back to the house? What the fuck? This movie is confusing. Later in Assisted Time Warp, Timmy finds the Boogeyman fighting with his still-alive girlfriend and begins to pursue the evil entity in earnest. It is at this time of the film abandons the fear of the unknown and shows the Boogeyman, making this film a little thrilling. The Boogeyman, if you've seen in the thumbnail I posted, looks like horseshit. His design is garbage. He doesn't even look anything like a monster. He just looks like this floating ghost. Horrendously bad CGI ghost. Ghost will send. So after he destroys all his childhood toys in his room, Boogeyman is stuck in the closet of good, never to return. What? What happened to his girl? And apparently, that's literally, he now feels safe. He opens the windows. The end. Yeah, that's how the movie freaking ends, just right there abruptly. Nothing gets resolved. Like at all. There's now we're just stuck with questions. What happened to his girlfriend? Is his father and uncle still alive? So, and apparently epilogue, the nature of the Boogeyman fate and everyone he killed, those fates will be explained. Well, no, nothing. We're left with questions. Nothing gets explained in the end. This movie sucks. Quoting your movie sucks at the end. I actually do hope Your Movie Sucks reviews this. A movie which tries to break the mold in the 90s, he's behind a genre of horror movie like Screaming I Know What You Did Last Summer, succeeds in doing this horribly. The end result is uninspiring, boring, and it hints at being borderline ridiculous. It plagiarizes ideas from The Ring, which was a better movie, and The Grudge, which is a sucky movie, which unexplainable disappearances, hallucinations, random events, and leaving the viewer uncertain as the plot tries so desperate to form a supernatural atmosphere that it ends up being incredibly mediocre. Well, The Ring was a decent film. It's one of the few tolerable PG-13 horror films. It had a captivating history, and it showed you how Samara ended up in the well. It actually explains stuff, and why she's chasing Naomi 80 and knows something actually gets explained. In that movie, you are told about this. Here, you're just told about this story which Tim seems to believe in, and you never find out what the story is. And we have this other female lead named Kate, who's one of the most annoying girlfriends of horror movie history. She's some of a maniac in this film, constantly trying to get into Tim's trousers and complaining about Tim's disinterest in her due to his visions of the Boogeyman. Another similarity to The Ring and such like films is the closed-up, deep-thinking kind of type actor. The Ring had Aiden, a boy who never said more than 3 words in a sentence and constantly had to be nagged by Naomi to express himself to the point where it just got irritating. This film is exactly the same. Kate would be just telling Tim to get over what it was he was upset about or talk about it, and he'd constantly give her a blank look and say he was fine, or act all mysterious with a sentence constantly filled with half details. Yeah, there's so many other things. There's bad acting. Bad acting that's confusing, makes no sense. Well, if there is one good thing to come out of this movie, it does get a little funny at times, particularly with the children scene and the mom yelling at Tim scene. Haven't laughed, probably one of the most funniest movies in a while. I don't know how this movie's not a comedy. This movie feels more like a comedy than a horror. This movie also, other than that, this movie is boring and dull. Apparently it made like 67 million worldwide at the box office and got 2 direct-to-DVD sequels. Yeah, like this is so sequel-worthy. Yeah, and there was also a lazy jump scare like all the Blumhouse jump scares you'll find, where a bird flies into the windshield of a car. Hey, isn't that in like every Blumhouse movie? Maybe they knew this. Maybe they knew. Well, maybe they thought of Blumhouse and gave Blumhouse that idea. That being said, despite the ridiculous premise, it still manages to be something unspeakably boring, bland characters, cheap jump scare tricks like in a Blumhouse movie, and all the annoying stereotypes and cliches that sadly affect most of the modern horror movies released by Hollywood in the last years. Here's how I would rank Boogeyman. I am going to give Boogeyman a 1 out of 10. You know what? If there's one good thing I'll do, I hope I find a hammer, because when I find a hammer, this junk is getting smashed into the ground, where it will never be seen again. Hopefully not. Let's bury the crap called Boogeyman so no one will find it. In short, guys, stay the hell away from this movie. It's garbage. It's pointless. It's boring. It's too short even. And also the Boogeyman, when he does appear, he sucks and he's only in like the end. That's literally it. That's the only time he appears. And he looks like a flying ghost like you'd find in a Blumhouse movie. So yeah. Avoid this movie. I'm done. Anyway, that'll be it for this video, guys. Thank y'all for watching. And if you like this and want to see more, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Movie Lover 120.